What's going on, guys? It is me, Tyson the Trainer, back for another podcast. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. Always, you know what? Yeah, it is Monday, actually, funnily enough, when I'm recording this. And it's actually funny because I'm going to toot my own horn for a second. One thing you guys know that I talk about a lot is consistency, okay? And one thing that you guys probably have noticed is that I have been consistently posting a podcast for, let's have a look now. What number podcast would this be while I'm talking to you guys? I know it's in the 100 mark, obviously, and I'm posting now twice a week. At first it was once a week, now it's twice a week. So if we were to kind of look overall, this will be episode number 121, all right? 121 podcast episodes, which means I've been doing this for nearly over 2 years, maybe like 18 months worth, all right? Every Monday, every Thursday, consistently showing up, right? Now you might be like, oh, well, this is a part of your job. Well, not really. Like, I've made this up myself to do podcasts, you know? And while it is a part of my job now, I could choose not to do this because, you know, I don't get paid to do podcasts. I just make them to help and be informative with you guys. And it's just like about showing up and being consistent. And, you know, being consistent is one of the most important things you guys can do. And this is kind of, in a way, related to what I want to talk to you guys today about is hard truths, you know? And you guys know I love my Saturday truth bombs. And I thought, you know what? It's probably actually just a good little podcast for me to fucking dive deep into and just give you guys some hard truths and, you know, wake some people up, I guess, and tell things like they are. Because, you know, just because we don't like the truth doesn't mean that it's incorrect. And I think that's the biggest thing we need to understand is that, you know, there are going to be times in our life, and probably a fair few times, where we don't like the answer to something, but just because we don't like the answer doesn't mean that answer is wrong. And so sometimes we have to swallow our pride, you know, same when I fucking get told I'm wrong with something, you know, swallow our pride, put our ego in check, and just accept that, you know, we have to roll with those punches. So with that being said, talking about some hard truths today, I'm going to be covering just, I guess, some, you know, lifestyle things that need to come into play when it just comes to, you know, our nutrition and our health and things like that. And things that I'm just going to tell bluntly, and, you know, if you don't like it, well, fuck off. All right? So, firstly, hard truths that I think you guys need to understand. One of the biggest things that we need to, I guess, come to grips with is that you need to take responsibility for what's happening in your fucking life, all right? It is so easy to play the fucking victim card when it comes to blaming other people or other circumstances for you not getting the results you want when it comes to your physical goals, okay? Like if you're someone who says you want to lose weight, all right? Yet how many people do you know, and you may have been a victim of this too, because I definitely am, not a victim, sorry, you may have been someone who is this, who plays the fucking victim mentality, okay? I used to just, it was always something, you know, it was always something that wasn't me. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was a social event. Oh, it's my kid's 12th birthday. It's my best friend's cousin's 42nd birthday. I've got to go out and drink this weekend because, you know, I don't want my friends to think I'm not going to drink, right? And like people are always going to fucking come up with excuses as to why they can't do something or why they couldn't achieve it. Oh, my partner brought me home this. Oh, you know, work made me stay late and we had to get takeaway. You don't have to fucking do any of these things, all right? You are an adult, okay? You get to make decisions in your life. Believe it or not, you get to fucking make decisions. And that's funny. That's one part of being an adult is that you have to take responsibility for your own actions, okay? If you get caught speeding and you lose your license, that's what happened to me, by the way. Guess whose fault that is? Me for fucking speeding, all right? What do? Oh, the fucking police. Always out to get people. Always out to... I used to be like this all the time about fucking police, you know? I used to hate the police. Oh, always fucking doing this. Oh, blah, blah. It's like... You know why I hated them? Because I was the person getting caught for doing bad shit. Like, that's the reason I didn't like them. Yet they do their job. You know, they do what they're supposed to do. I lost my license because they caught me speeding, which is illegal. What am I going to fucking blame? You know, it's my fault. I shouldn't have been speeding. And having to take responsibility for that. It's an expensive lesson to learn, I'll tell you that much. But like, what else am I going to do? I could be angry at the world. I could be like, oh, well, if I was 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later, or why the fuck have they got to just pick up me for speeding? Because I'm on a motorbike? I could find any excuse I want. Guess what? I'm speeding. Fucking bad luck, you know? Same as you. It was my friend's cousin's fucking nephew's, auntie's, brother's fucking fuckboy that they're seeing. No, that's not right. Brother's fuckboy. You know what I'm saying? It's some other person's birthday that I have to go to and drink at, or I have to eat their food, or I have to do this. No, you don't. All right? You do not have to. And that's something you have to learn to accept. Learn to fucking take responsibility about when you're going to do something and when you're not. And that also comes to making sacrifices, all right? No one wants to make a sacrifice. I get it. No one wants to diet. Dieting's not fun. There's nothing exciting about diet. No one wants to restrict themselves from what they have to eat. But guess what? You're going to have to fucking learn to make some sacrifices, you know? And the amount of people like, oh, I still want to be able to drink. Oh, I still want to be able to do this. Oh, I still want to be able to do this. Can I have a cheat meal on my diet? Can I do this? Can I do this? Like, you... Can you just stick to the fucking plan? How about that, you know? Can you learn to say no to certain things? Can you learn to accept that for maybe fucking 2 out of 3 months of the year, maybe you're not going to have some alcohol? Like, holy shit, imagine not being able to drink for a month. People can't even last a month without alcohol. That goes to say something, you know? Like, think about that. You can't not drink for a month. You have to have a drink. That's dependability on alcohol at some point. That's pretty fucked, you know? We should be able to have some type of restraint, all right? Again, can you lose weight and drink? Yes. However, you want to make it as hard as possible while trying to lose weight? Drink alcohol. Because guess what? It is the easiest way to blow out your calories. It is the easiest way to ruin a week's worth of dieting. Is the easiest way to be like, fuck it, I'm going to eat some food after. Everyone fucks up when it comes to the alcohol or their weekend. Like, two of the biggest things that sometimes you've got to learn to just say fucking no. You know? No, you know? And again, if you don't want to, or people are like, oh, what? So Tyson's just saying you have to cut out alcohol when you diet. No, but if you want to make it as easy as possible, reduce the amount of fucking alcohol you drink. You know? Like, it's not it is math, actually. It's not magic. It's not anything perplexing. It's not anything that's going to require, you know, some fucking manipulation of everything. It's changing what you drink. And the amount of people who reduce their alcohol intake when dieting, the chances of them succeeding when dieting is way higher, okay? Because what does alcohol do? Not just contain calories, like, it's not that. It's that it changes our thought process when we're drunk. Usually we don't have many fucking thoughts at all. And we act on short-term gratification, or we're more impulsive. You know, oh, let's go get Macca's. Yeah, let's get Macca's. Like, there's no thought in your head. You're like, yes, that sounds like a good idea. You're not problem solving. Like, you know, you're turning your logic brain off. And also, it's like, when you drink and then you make shitty food decisions and that leads into the next day, like, it just adds up so much, you know, to just throwing you off. And people, again, do not understand that's literally what holds you back from progress. And it's like people repeat the same shit every fucking week and they complain about not seeing results, but it always comes back down to drinking too much on the weekend for the most part. It's like, here we go again. Here's the complaint. I can't lose weight because I want to drink because of this. Tyson says, I shouldn't be drinking, but I want to have a lifestyle. Like, what? You can't fucking go a few months without having alcohol. Again, this is all something you have to accept. It's not a forever thing. I'm never saying give up alcohol for the rest of your life. I'm not saying maybe once a month versus once every week that you go for a drink. It can be achievable, but again, it will make it harder. And I'm always just like, let's make this as successful as possible and let's get in and get the job done and let's get the fuck out, all right? Like, a quarter of your year spent dieting, let's say 4 months. So a third of your year spent dieting. 2/3 of your year, you can enjoy alcohol. You can go out and eat more and socialize. You can go and do all these things. Yet, for some reason, You can't even handle a few fucking months of making some sacrifices. Same thing as like food. Oh, when people are like, oh, can I have a cheat meal? I'm like, are you fucking serious? You want a cheat meal? It's week 1 of your diet. I've literally given you a deficit now. When do I get a cheat meal? Like, if that's your first question, because you're looking for that, you're probably not ready to diet, to be honest. Like, the fact that you think you have to have some type of cheat, high calorie, whatever the fuck it is meal is just a joke. Your whole life has been a fucking cheat meal, basically, you know? You've literally lived this far into a point where you're like, all right, now I've got to diet for a little bit. And you're like, when's my first cheat meal? Cunt. All I've seen you do is eat shit for the last fucking however many weeks or months or years. And the first thing you want to know is, when can I eat like that? Like, when can I have that meal on my diet? Like, holy shit. If that's your first question, then you've got some issues that you got to address, okay? Because guess what? You don't get cheat meals when you're on a diet. You don't earn fucking anything. You know what you're trying to do when you're dieting? You're trying to earn a better body for the most part for yourself. You're trying to earn a healthier relationship with food. You're trying to earn feeling good about yourself, all right? That is your accomplishments. It's not treating yourself to shitty food to reward yourself from not eating shitty food. Like, I've been doing so good. Oh, I've been on this diet for 6 days. It's time for a cheat meal. Like, you can't even last a week and you're like, nah, it's definitely time for a cheat meal. My body needs it. I'm just craving it. Guess what? Cravings are fucking natural. Your body does not want you to diet. Your body wants to keep you with fat reserves in case of famine. All right? We are built to still store fat. Okay? We are built to want to be higher percentage of body fat, because if we can be a higher percentage of body fat in case a famine comes, subconscious brain, right? Logically, obviously we know there's no famine. We know there's a fucking fridge right there. We know we can still go down to the grocery shop and go food shopping. The body's like, no. Let's try and prevent this from happening. So what's it going to do? Increase your food focus. Make you look for food. Make you look at things on Instagram, like food, food porn and shit like that. It will make you go and search the fridge when you're bored. It will make you think about food when you're bored. That is normal, all right? So when you're like, oh, I'm having a craving, I've got to honor my craving. No, you don't have to honor a fucking craving. Your body is telling you to try and eat some food so it can gain body fat, all right? That's literally what it's doing. Cravings are an indication where your body's trying to fight back against you dieting, okay? A little bit different when you're on your menstrual cycle, all right? When you're on your menstrual cycle, yes, you will have cravings, and I do say to my clients, if you have a little bit of a craving on your menstrual cycle, you can have some extra food, okay? Because there's a difference between being on that, having some cravings so I could turn into a binge, versus you not even dieting for a fucking week and being like, oh, I just need my cheat meal, all right? So, hard truth, you don't need a fucking cheat meal. And again, if you feel like you have to cheat or do something on the diet you're on now, that's an issue, okay? Diets should be enjoyable. Sorry, that's wrong. Enjoyable, tolerable would be a better word, because obviously we do not want to diet for a long period of time. They should be something you can stick to. So it's not about boring ass food that makes you feel fucking miserable and wanting to jump, you know? It's about foods that taste good, that are enjoyable, that you can keep doing. And yes, you're going to be hungry, but it's like, you know what? I can sustain this. That's what it should be like. And if you're not doing that, change the food you're eating, okay? Which comes to my next point. Like when I talk about eating like an adult, eat like a fucking adult, man. 80 to 85% of your food should be whole, nutritious food. And that means you're not going to be hungry when you diet. Or again, when you're maintaining your weight, go back to eating like a fucking idiot like you were before, and you're going to go back to looking like you were before. You know, there's a reason that most people want to change their habits and behaviors and their weight, because they're not happy with where they are. But the lazy way to choose fast food on the way to work, to, make easy Uber Eats choices, to do all these things, like, that's what's ruined you in the first place. And if you go back to those old habits, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go back to looking the way you were, And this is why those fucking stupid diets that people follow, whether it be the Fast 800, keto, intermittent fasting, all these things, how many people have you heard said, oh, pardon me. How many people have you heard said, oh yeah, well it worked for me. Did it now? It worked for you, did it? So what happened then? Oh, it wasn't sustainable. Okay, so it worked for you for a specific amount of weeks, and then you realize what you were doing is not sustainable. Go fucking figure, right? and this is like where it comes down to, you know, I don't cut out macronutrients from people. I don't make them do stupid things. All we do is reduce their overall calories. Because when you learn to put meals together that are healthy, nutritious, contain protein, carbs, and fats, and whole grains, and all those other things, guess what? Makes life a whole lot easier to be able to stick to without feeling like you're restricting yourself or being like, I'm only going to do this for 6 weeks and then I'm going to go back to my old ways, right? So accept that you can't go back to eating the way you fucking were, all right? And then also with that, once you finish losing weight, accept that health and fitness is for life, all right? It's not an 8 to 12 week diet. It's not an 8 to 12 week challenge. You don't just do fitness for a little bit and that's it. Like, if you want to have a good physical health, like if you want good health, if you would like a good physical body, good physique is the word I'm trying to think of, guess what you have to do? You have to consistently take care of your fucking health, you know? Swig of my Pepsi, caffeine free. And it makes me laugh because people get upset. They're like, oh, you know, oh, Tyson only talks about eating whole foods. And he's like, there's never any fun. And, you know, how am I supposed to enjoy myself? It's the 80-20 principle, you know? I eat 4,200 calories a day, cunt. I eat 4,200 calories a day. And guess what? 400 to 3,500 calories are from whole nutritious foods. And guess what I get? 700 calories of fun food, because otherwise my guts are going to explode if it's eating all whole nutritious food, and I will end up binge eating more because I'm not having something enjoyable, okay? So I have a larger amount of calories to play with, okay? Also something you need to understand. Get over it that I can eat more food. Get over it. There are people who can eat more food than me that I'm upset about. But guess what? I'm not them. You know, you want to be able to eat more food, increase your activity. So let's say your maintenance is 2,700 calories. That means about 400 to 500 of your calories can be fun, enjoyable foods. But you earn the right to have fun, enjoyable foods by eating like an adult. All right? Like, honestly, the biggest thing people fucking struggle with is eating normally. Get some, like, learn to eat just like an adult. Learn to eat your fucking fruit and veggies, all right? 85%, or it's 92% of Australians do not even get 5 servings of veggies a day or 2 servings of fruit, okay? You're looking to carb cycle, to manipulate your fucking macros, to look at your high carb days and your low carb days, and, you know, oh, what about my supplements? What about this? What if I meticulously do this? What if my post-workout? You can't even eat fucking 5 servings of vegetables a day. You can't even eat 2 servings of fruit a day, and you're looking at optimizing, all right? Here's the truth. Focus on the fucking basics, all right? Focus on eating like a fucking healthy, responsible adult if you want to take care of your health, all right? Would you like to reduce your chances of diabetes? Would you like to reduce your chances of all-cause mortality? Would you like to live longer? Would you like to be healthy? Guess what that means? Eating fucking reasonably. That means not getting a croissant on the way to work with a coffee every morning. As amazing as that sounds, don't do that shit. Okay? And you're like, oh, but how come Susie from accounting, she can eat whatever she wants and never gains weight? You're not Susie from fucking accounting. So who gives a shit? That's like for me. How come there are guys out there who are my weight and they look way better than me? Well, guess what? I'm not fucking them. What am I going to do? Be a miserable cunt for the rest of my life because I don't look like someone else who I would like to look like? Be a miserable cunt because someone can eat more food than me and we're the same weight? Be a miserable cunt because I do more than my partner when it comes to health and fitness, yet her blood tests and results are better than mine? What's that going to do? Nothing. I can be a fucking miserable cunt to the world, and I can be always blaming other again, playing the victim card. Oh, this doesn't work for me. I can't fucking do this. Why is life so unfair? Deal with it. That's the way we're dealt hands. You know, these are the cards we're dealt. Unfortunately, shit like this happens in life, that we're all dealt different cards, and guess what? You play the hand, all right? My auntie has fucking brain cancer. That is the worst news I have gotten in a long time to hear that. And like, again, she would be devastated. Her kids are devastated. You know, it's a fucking rough time. But like, she's not angry at the world, you know? It's unfortunately something she's dealing with, that we all are dealing with as a family. But like, I'm very glad that it hasn't changed her to be miserable at the world, you know? To blame everything else. To think, why is she the one that got it? Like, honestly, like, she is fucking... I'm so proud of her, the way that, you know, she is handling this, especially with her kids and stuff like that. And, you know, us as a family trying to deal with it the best we can. But with the way she is it's great because it keeps us together as a family, you know? The way she's handling it. And that's just, it's a fucking, unfortunately, a shitty card that she's been dealt. But we all get dealt shitty cards somewhere in life, and we're going to keep getting dealt shitty cards. Everyone's going to have bits in their life where they get the shit hand, okay? And guess what? What do? Do we complain about it? Do we be miserable at the fucking world? Or do we get on with it and we accept it? All right? Same thing coming back to that victim mentality. You do not blame your spouse. You do not blame your friends for making you drink. You do not blame other people. You take fucking responsibility and you decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. You decide what you're going to say yes to and what you're going to say no to. All right? It comes down to you. And again, we definitely, like, you're a human. You're going to fall off track. This is not for me to say, be a hard cunt for the rest of your life. You know, you're a robot, blah, blah, because you're not a robot. You're going to fall off track. You're going to find struggles. You got to build yourself up. All these things are happening. I'm just telling you certain things that you have to fucking learn to accept. All right? Like for me, I gained weight since coming back from Thailand, you know? It was Thailand, then it was my birthday, then it was my partner's birthday, then I was up in Brisbane, then I was in Townsville, then I was back in Brisbane, and then I'm back in home, and I'm socialising with people all the time, going out for food, and I made bad decisions. And guess what? I wasn't as active as I usually was. And guess what happened? I put on 4 kilos. Do I blame the world? Oh, if only I didn't have to travel. If only my friends didn't want to catch up. Oh, why did she have to suggest this place? Why did he have to say, let's go and do this? What the hell's that going to do? Nothing. What do I accept? I gained a little bit of weight. All right, cool. Sort it out. Do what I got to do. Cut back on my food a little bit. Wow. Fucking crazy, right? Accept responsibility is probably the biggest thing that people have to fucking do. And it's in so many different things in our life. There are 2 things you can do on a daily basis that are in your control. What you put in your mouth, like I said before, and then also your activity, okay? To a degree, I know workload, shit like that happens. But the biggest thing is you can focus on what you fucking put in your mouth, you know? No one's, like I keep saying, no one holds a gun to your head. You better fucking drink tonight. You better eat this fucking salad. You better do this. Are your friends going to push you? Yes. Are they going to say, oh, come on, just have one. Just do this. Just do this. Yes. Guess what? Learn to say no. Learn to have a little bit of fucking fight back. Learn to have a little bit of bite in when you say no. Look, I said no. I don't want to have a drink. I've said to you guys, I don't want to do it. Perfect example. Again, for my birthday, I got a mate. I got a very close friend. Love him to fucking bits, right? He can get on my fucking nerves sometimes. And it was my birthday. He goes, all right, we're going to go for a drink. I said, no, I do not want to have a drink. He goes, come on, just have one. I said, dude, I'm not having a fucking drink, all right? He goes, man, I just want you to have one. It's your birthday. And I was like, you know what? It's not, like, I don't care. It's my birthday. I'm not fucking drinking because you want me to drink. All right? You want to have a fucking drink? Have a drink for me. But I'm not going to fucking drink because guess what? I don't want to. Like, I'm someone who doesn't enjoy drinking alcohol. And he's trying to make me have a drink, most likely to justify so he can have a drink. Or again, you know, obviously he probably wants to celebrate me. I'm like, if it's my birthday, don't fucking make me drink if I don't want to. And how about you celebrate the way I would like to celebrate, you know? He goes, all right, fine. All right, I'll have a drink for you, you know? And I just had to give him a bit of pushback. And that's it. Yeah, I've got friends like that. You have to give them a bit of fucking pushback because they're going to keep pushing towards you. Or you can roll over and show your belly and be like, yeah, I better have a drink. And then be a resentful cunt afterwards and be fucking miserable at the world because you fell off track. You know? Again, sometimes you just got to learn to fucking say no. Right? And sometimes it can actually come to you work too. If you have things that you want to do, like you've got the gym schedule and you know you want to get it in, and work's like, hey, can you stay back? Not you need to stay back. Hey, can you stay back and help us out with this? Sometimes you can say yes, but sometimes you have to learn to fucking say no, you know? And also learn that you have to fill your own cup up first, because your work doesn't give a shit about you. You are a number to your job, all right? Hey, I'm quitting. All right, peace out. We'll get someone else. You put in all that work, all those things, you're working your ass off for them, you're doing the overtime, you know, you're contributing to helping them grow the company, but you're just a fucking number, okay? And if you don't believe me, how many people got laid off during COVID? How many people got made redundant? How many of you have worked your ass off and then got fired? How many of you have been scared to leave a job, found a job that's better for you, be like, all right, I'm leaving, and they're like, all right, sweet, catch you later, thank you. That's it? That's all you get? And you're like, oh, okay. So don't forget that. You're a number to a company. You're a number to a company, remember? My mum just finished up her 10 years with a company. So she got a long service leave before she wanted to finish up. And there was no thank you card for the 10 years. There was nothing like, you know, thank you for your help for 10 years. None of that shit. Like one of the workers who she worked with, you know, they went out for lunch and stuff like that, but the bosses didn't do anything. Not head office, not nothing. And it's like, you guys have probably experienced the same thing if you're someone who works for a big company. They don't give a fuck about you, all right? But what are you going to do? You're going to keep doing everything you can for that company for someone who doesn't give a shit? No. So sometimes you have to learn to put your foot down, all right? Sometimes you have to learn to be like, no, actually, you know what? I've got to look after myself. I'm finishing up here. Like, as in I'm finishing for the day or whatever it is. Because, again, they're going to try and get everything they can out of you. They're going to try and squeeze you for everything they can, but they're not going to give you anything in return, you know? Some companies do. Some are great, but a majority aren't. And so put yourself first, okay? Another hard truth is that I'm sick of you fuckers talking about motivation, asking about motivation. How do you stay motivated? How do I do this? Oh, I'm just not motivated enough. I didn't go to the gym this morning because I woke up and I was tired. I didn't have motivation. Like, enough with the fucking motivation talk. Enough with, like, just stop. Just fucking stop everything it has to do with motivation. The amount of time, I don't think anyone hasn't been told that motivation is nothing, you know? Like, motivation doesn't mean fuck all. No one is rocking up and being like, yes, I'm motivated. I'm motivated all the time. No one's ever motivated. So stop looking or stop using that as an excuse more than anything. Like, oh, I'm going to skip the gym today because I wasn't motivated. Like, are you fucking serious? You get paid to go to a job whether you're motivated. Like, you're going to a job not because you're motivated, because you're getting fucking paid to go to a job. All right? Talk to your boss. Give him a call. Hey, mate, I'm not going to come in today. I'm just not motivated to work. Me on Monday when I go and check in with clients. Oh, hey, guys, I'm not going to check in today. I'm just not motivated. Yeah, I'll talk to you all next week. Like, my clients will be like, fuck off. Like, what the hell? I'm paying you money, you know? And again, obviously that's a money thing, but like in normal life, I'm not motivated. Like, you don't get paid to be a parent. Oh, you're not motivated to breastfeed your child tomorrow morning? You're not motivated to take your kid to school tomorrow morning? You're not motivated to feed your kid? You're just going to let him starve? No, we don't do things because of motivation, all right? We do things because we know we have to, and we build the discipline to do them on a daily basis. And it's not about being a discipline and being a hard cunt and fucking kicking the gym in the dick every day, you know, and always getting the PBs and stuff like that. It's just showing up whether you feel like it or not. Whether it's a 1 out of 10 session or a 10 out of 10 session, you went and did the session, all right? Same thing as like with those type of things. Oh, one bad day, I just wasn't motivated today, so I just decided to eat whatever the fuck I wanted to. Like, okay, way to throw yourself under the bus by eating whatever the fuck you wanted to. Or, you know, letting that black and white mentality, letting one bad day turn into a bad week. It's Tuesday and you fall off track. And you're like, well, I better start again Monday. Like, your black and white mentality is a fucking joke. You know? It is a toxic fucking trait to have black and white mentality. Because if there is any way you want to self-sabotage, is to have a black and white mentality. Oh, didn't get my workout in this week. Better start again next week. Went 200 calories over my diet. Might as well fucking eat 1,000 calories over. Oh, didn't stick to my diet on Tuesday. Might as well start again Monday. Like, we love to fucking cop out ourselves and make bullshit excuses. And guess what that is? It's just a bullshit excuse. And guess what happens when you make a bullshit excuse? You feel worse for it. And you push your goals back more and more, you know? And so just learn to catch yourself. And again, it's not just you. Like, we all have it. There are certain things I don't do, and I always fucking make up bullshit excuses or play the victim card, or we have those, like, you know, that motivation mentality. It's still not something that, like, I'm 100% perfect at. So I don't think that I'm just being like, I'm so great, you guys fucking suck. Like, man, there are still days where I've gotten out of bed and I've skipped a workout because I've been fucking lazy, you know? But it's about changing that mentality and building up the discipline, you know? There's a reason for me I can do these things consistently, is because for the majority of the time, and again, I build this up over time, I've gotten better at not making excuses. I'm not perfect, but I've gotten better at it. That's why I can train every morning when I wake up and get on the assault bike 90% of the time, all right? It's what we do a majority of the time. It's consistency. It's showing up. It's repetition. It's doing things when you don't feel like it. You think I'm excited to wake up and be like, oh, I'm getting on that assault bike. Oh, yeah, like I'm bright-eyed and awake and I'm like, yes, I'm getting on the assault bike. You guys think that's what happens? That I wake up every morning with a grin on my face, waking up at 4:30 in the morning to fucking get on the assault bike? No! There are some mornings where, like, it's literally mental self. Like, there are some mornings where I get on, I'm like, yes, sweet, I'm ready for a sweat sesh. And I always feel better after it. But there's not every morning that I wake up and I feel excited to fucking do it, all right? Not every Monday do I love checking in with clients. Some Mondays I'm just like, you know what? I feel drained already. I don't want to do anything today. But guess what? I've got to show up and do it because it's not for me, it's for my clients, all right? There are some days where I don't feel like eating like an adult. But guess what I've got to do regardless? I eat like a fucking adult. Because it's not about what I feel like. It's not about what I want to do. It's not about my motivation. It's about doing something for my overall health, you know, for my future self, for ingraining good habits, to be an overall healthier person means I just do certain things on a daily basis, okay? And this doesn't mean, again, for you guys, you have to wake up and do cardio every morning. No way am I saying that, you know? I'm just saying there are certain things you probably keep fucking putting off or you make excuses for that you just got to suck up and do, you know? And it's like, oh man, well fuck, I've got to put in the effort. Yes, it takes effort, it takes requirement. And especially if you're someone who's not new into this, but it's not your career, it's not your profession, you're still working with it. Expect, like, this is the biggest thing. Health and fitness, again, is not an 8-week to 12-week challenge. It's a fucking part of your life. Expect it to be a journey. Expect to fall off track. Expect for it to be hard, for it to make adjustments, all these things. Like, it's not just going to happen as like a, oh, yep, sweet. 8 weeks in, I've changed everything. Cunt, for the last 25 to 30 years, you've been fucking doing whatever you want to do. You've been lazy. You've been eating shitty food. You've been staying up late. You've been doing all these things. It's hard to change. Even a few years of a bad habit, it's hard to break, all right? The chains of habit are too strong to be felt until they're, wait, what's the word? The chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they're too strong to be broken, all right? I'm pretty sure that's the quote. Which basically means, you know, again, you could be slowly ingraining bad habits every day that you don't think about, which we all do. And then when we try and break them, it doesn't change. We don't break it overnight. It takes time to build up the new habits to change those old habits. So again, this is a lifestyle thing. This is a long-term discipline, and accept the fact that it's fucking going to take longer than you expect. And a lot of you, finally, are impatient. Patience. Like, holy fuck, man. The amount of people where it's like 1 week I didn't get results. Fuck this, man. 1 week. 1 week out of 52 fucking weeks, right? 1 week into your diet, 2 weeks into your diet, you're at week 6 of your diet, you've been seeing progress, and then week 7, you didn't see the fucking results you wanted. And we get so short-term focused, and we're like, this is just bullshit, man. I can't believe it. I didn't see any results this week. I fucking did everything I wanted to do. What was me? Life is fucking mean. Like, you know, we feel sorry for ourselves. We get upset at the world. We fucking throw our temper tantrum. Guess what? It's a fucking week, you know? Imagine you lose. People are like, oh, I want to lose weight faster than they think they need to. Like this one girl the other day messaged me, hey, I want to know how many calories I need to lose 1 kilo a week. And I was like, 1 kilo a week? I was like, how much do you weigh? She's like, 65 grams. I'm like, 65 grams, 65 kilos. I'm like, you want to fucking lose 1 kilo a week? And I just said to her, I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, I need to lose some weight. And I was like, well, guess what? Do not expect to lose 1 kilo. You should aim to lose 300. She goes, that seems pretty slow. I said, look, after 12 weeks, that's 3.6 kilos. How much do you need to lose? She's like, 4.5 kilos. What, you just think you're going to fucking whip out 1 kilo each week for the next 4 weeks and you're sweet, you're done? Bullshit. That's not going to happen. You know, we think of this in a perfect world. All right, well, if I just do this, this, and this, it'll be done. Yeah, right. In fucking perfect world, you know, it's like people who leave. All right, I've got to be there. The traffic, you know, it's going to take me an hour to get there. I'm going to leave exactly on this mark because I know it's going to take me an hour to get there. Do you ever consider there could be congestion? Do you ever consider there could be a car crash? Do you ever consider something could happen with your car? Do you ever consider you may need to fucking pull over for petrol? Do you ever consider any other possibility versus a perfect world maybe? Because we don't live in a perfect world. Yet we act like we do because we create these crazy, amazing, simple things in our head like, I've just got to do this and then this will happen. It's not a perfect world, all right? Understand that shit will come up. Things will take longer than you expect. And that means patience needs to be there, all right? So again, guys, like just some hard truths today. Just some things I need to get off my fucking chest. And again, this is like everything I'm saying to you guys comes back to me too. I'm an impatient cunt still. And like reminding you guys of patience reminds me of patience. Telling you guys is a lifelong thing. For me, I know it's a lifelong thing because this is my career, so it's not that bad. Reminding you guys that it's a black and white mentality, it's still something I'm aware of. So again, we're all in this together. It's just sometimes we need those hard truths to remind us. So if you enjoyed this Hard Truth podcast, you guys know where to find me on Instagram at Tyson the Trainer with 2 Y's. Do make sure to share it with your friends if you did and tag me on Instagram. And until next time, my friends, I will speak to you then.